Hey there, blog readers. I want to let you in on a little secret. I've started writing a book. The book's going to be called Blood, Sweat, and Tears. It's a humorous guide to caring for people with cancer. And I thought I'd give you a little preview of what it's all about. I'm working on a chapter right now about insurance. There's a special chapter in the book devoted just to the fun that we all get to have with insurance if we have cancer or if you're a caregiver of someone with cancer. And it's just like there's a special little corner of hell for the people in the insurance companies who make the rules that we have to deal with. Now, I don't really blame the customer service rep. Let's say her name's, Miss Washington, the one that we get to call all the time and try to work out and figure out things with. It's not really her fault that the rules are in place. No, it's the fault of some mid-level manager, some guy named, I don't know, let's call him Richie. And Richie's kind of like my roommate in college. He graduated from a school like UGA with a degree in risk management. Unlike my roommate in college, Richie is a dick. I'll tell you why. After graduating, let's say in 1993, Richie starts applying for jobs in the insurance business. It never really occurs to Richie that he should be applying for jobs while he's still in college because, he had a very busy social life. He'd risen all the way to sergeant at arms in his fraternity, and he was dating the adorable, if slightly addiction-prone Miss Sally Ray of Eufaula, Alabama. Well, after about 10 rejection letters, Richie begins to grow despondent. He decides to start drinking more, which proved to be quite a challenge in and of itself, but it did lead to his big break. One night he finds himself sitting across the table in a bar trading Jello shots with a guy who turns out to be the big recruiter in town from an insurance company in Hartford, Connecticut. They're looking for some new young talent for a division they're opening up called an HMO. Richie had no idea what an HMO was, but it did sound kind of like the name of that cable channel that he used to steal in his Athens apartment. He figures, this could be interesting, wants to hear more about it. So he's listening to the guy talk, and he remembers his favorite movie from that cable channel. He tries to pull his best Woody Harrelson, and he says, "Tell you what, I'll trade you a night with my girl, Miss Sally Ray, if you'll give me a shot at that job." And the recruiter jumps at the chance, right? Unfortunately, the recruiter doesn't even make it all the way back to the rented Chrysler in the parking lot before he passes out, but he still follows through with his end of the deal and gives Richie a shot at the job. Now, to the surprise of everyone, including Richie's family and friends, he gets the job. Well, the next thing you know, Richie's packed his bags, he's moved to Hartford, Connecticut, leaving Sally Ray behind. He quickly learns that the people that he's working with are kind of like Gordon Gekko in the movie Wall Street, only they don't want to have to work that hard. So what they do is they come up with a scheme for making people buy what looks like really cheap health insurance, and then they try to figure out ways to keep all those people from costing the company too much money. Richie's group, there's 5 of them in all. Richie, 3 other folks at his level, and then a manager named Jessica, who is kind of like a taller, all dressed up and sober version of Sally Ray. At least that's the way Richie saw her. Anyway, they're in charge of making up these rules so that people don't end up costing so much money to the insurance company. And Richie has no soul, let alone a conscience, and so he found the work both rewarding and satisfying. He turns out he gets Jessica pregnant at the 1995 Christmas party, or so she says, and he ends up taking over her job when she goes on leave to have their alleged love child. Last Richie heard, Jessica and the kid, Mike or Mark or something, we're doing fine, I think. So anyway, like I said, Richie really has no soul. Well, let's fast forward maybe 16 years. Richie's been promoted a couple times. He's making $95,000 a year. He's got his free HMO health plan to cover him. He's got corporate gym membership for free. He feels like he's doing pretty well. He's running a team now of 40 people. They're called the Cost Containment Group, and he's the reason why you and I end up yelling at Miss Washington. I can tell you a lot more about Richie. In fact, I will tell you a lot more about Richie if you take a look at the book when it comes out. Again, the book's going to be called Blood, Sweat, and Tears. It's a how-to guide for caring for patients with cancer. It'll be coming soon to an ebook store, maybe even a real bookstore near you. Thanks for watching, everybody. Talk to you soon.